Hey, Steve Zonard here at Treviso Realty. Exciting news, a new community being built in North Fort Myers. It's called Brightwater Lagoon. I'm going to have two builders there, Lennar and D.R. Horton. I'm going to show you why it's important to buy Lennar rather than D.R. I'll kind of go through that. I'm going to talk about the HOA and the CDD expenses. Also, we got a list of quick move-ins so you can get an idea of the real pricing. What we're finding right now, North Fort Myers is a really good place to buy right now based on value. You're getting a lot where your money's going a lot further, let's just say south of the Caloosahatchee. When you get into South Fort Myers, Estero, Bonita, and Naples, like clearly your money goes a lot less. So if you're looking for something sub 500,000, if you're out of state or out of country and you're looking for a good place to kind of park your money and have a good vacation destination, still relatively close to all the main goodies here in Southwest Florida, it's definitely a great location. I mean, we've been selling a lot into Portico, which is south of the Caloosahatchee, so still considered Fort Myers, but on the border of North Fort Myers. But this is going to be North Fort Myers that we're looking at currently right now. But let's have a look at this community. I think it's very exciting for what it has to offer going forward. Not too much information from the actual developer too, because there's a lot of these outbuildings. You're going to see like this building here. I know I know some of the function of it, but I don't know. They don't have like a cross reference of every little room in here, so I couldn't really go into it. We did some wandering around last week, but ultimately, this was. We couldn't get in there because a lot of the trades were still kind of working. So what this community has is a 6-acre lagoon. If you kind of look at this area here, this is going to be the lagoon, 6 acres. It looks like this clearly because this is just rainwater. It hasn't been filled in. But if you look at this area, kind of looks creased. This is going to be an underlayment, basically a padded area for your feet. So it's not going to have like a typical concrete like pools in Florida. So you're not going to damage your feet. And what this area is, I'm going to show you basically a rendering of what this is supposed to look like going forward here. Let's stop that there. So this is all going to be sand and beach chairs, and clearly so it has that beach effect. But let's have a look at how this is supposed to look. I mean, that's one of them, but let's see if I can get a better. I have a million tabs opened up currently. Let's see if we can do from Lennar. They had some renderings here. So this is going to be the community. This is that exact location. You see this little island here for the kids to kind of play, some seating areas to watch the kids play clearly. This will be splash pads and all that. And this is all like dumped sand going forward, which is cool, and chairs going around. So it's similar to if you've been to a cruise, you get off the boat onto the island. They have like segregated areas for the visitors, and this is similar concept to it. If you see this area, this is again, if you've been to a cruise in Cozumel, they have those blow-up structures in the middle of the ocean. You kind of go on there and have some fun. You can jump off and be silly and do some fun things there, which is cool. This area here, this outbuilding is actually a swim-up bar. If you kind of see, this area has seats built into the water, and then they have the bartenders that are going to be there's a substructure in there. Obviously, water doesn't get in where they can stay dry and serve drinks at waist level with you in the water, which is quite cool. Similar to if you've gone down south into some Caribbean island. Let me see if I can get better photos of this. No, that's pretty much it for what Lennar has to offer. Let's close that window down. Yeah, let's keep this rolling. We'll keep going forward here. So we're gonna fly up to the building here. This is the building. If you kind of see these little areas, this little area here is like little notches or little posts. Those are the actual seats. We do a better view of them if you kind of see that. If you're looking also of the area, we have a site plan here. Let me pull it in. This is a site plan. So Lennar is going to be built here, building right here, and then DR is here. And the reason why I'm saying you're better off buying with Lennar currently right now is based on the location. This is the main road driving in. So Pritchett Parkway is the main road coming in. And there's a split between the neighborhoods. So ultimately, if you're living in DR, you'd have to actually cross the road over to this gate, and then you're into your amenity center. But if you're with Lennar, you get to drive your golf cart straight across this elder neighborhood that's been out there. It looks like a 10-year-old neighborhood. It could be longer. you'd be just driving through here, and then you go have direct access to your amenity center, which is great. Let's keep this going. So you kind of see here, this is that gate area I was mentioning, and this is the bridge over into the community. And this is DR where they're currently building right now, so it's across the road. It's not the proximity it's quite close, but ultimately it's still, you got to cross this main road in order to get over here. It's like playing Frogger, I guess, if you're going to be driving a golf cart. Hopefully it's going to have some traffic lights there, I would imagine, eventually. This is just the overhead view of the property, so you kind of see its location here. Yeah, this is that elder area I was talking about. Very basic housing. I don't know who the builder was, but it looks quite elder. And these street lamps are actually solar panels, so I'm not sure when this was all done. Yeah, so this is where Lennar is currently building right now. If you kind of see, they're starting to do their models. I'm going to show you also pricing, like what you're getting for pricing, and especially this new exciting community is amazing. And I'm going to show you the distance to the beaches, obviously to downtown Fort Myers, kind of give you an idea. Remember, we're 11 a.m. on a Monday, so you're going to expect like traffic with the Google Maps, what I'm showing you now, because it actually it brings in the traffic's part of the time, the travel time rather. Okay, so we're flying across into DR Horton. So this is all DR Horton site here. A much larger community than the Lennar section. But again, they're not going to have direct access to the lagoon. You'd have to drive across the road, which depends. If it's important to you, then you probably want to be on the Lennar side. Yeah, it's quite pretty. I mean, the bridge is a nice touch too. And here is a better view of the swim up bar. So quite cool. Again, there's all these exterior buildings, another building in the rear of this one. And this just looks like a bar. I have one more video. Let's see how far we go with this one. I think we do the whole... Yeah, see the crew working here. There's no information on what these buildings are, even on the site plan. Usually they would have like sort of like a cross reference of what every building does. But it's quite cool. There's another one here. This looks like a concession stand in the rear. This is going to be your amphitheater. So there's supposed to be live concerts, karaoke, as they said. So this is going to be quite cool. This looks like a concession stand. A few bathrooms here. I would imagine because the lagoon is so big, they're going to want to have obviously some sort of concession on the other side of the lagoon. That would make sense for planning. So if you kind of look at how big this lagoon is, so there's going to be probably a concession here, a bar in the middle, and a concession on the other side, or this could be a concession here. I mean, for planning, it would make sense. And that's why there's bathrooms here. Let's look at distance, kind of give you an idea. This is obviously the go-kart parking here. Or go-kart, rather, the golf cart. I'm always thinking of racing. Let's get that out of the way. I want to show you guys the actual distance to everything. So if we're going to Fort Myers Beach, just remember this is taking into consideration the traffic that's currently here in season. So right now, from Brightwater Lagoon to Fort Myers, downtown Fort Myers, or Fort Myers Beach rather, is 29 miles, so it's a 48-minute drive. If you want to go to Naples, like Vanderbilt Beach, you're at exactly the same time. It's 10 more miles, but it's actually a shorter period to get there. It's 48 minutes, and it's the exact same time. So if you want to go to downtown Fort Myers or you want to go to Vanderbilt Beach, it's the exact same time, just it's additional 10 miles. Obviously, the highway's flowing quite well. If you want to go downtown Fort Myers, like the River District, where the shops, restaurants, and their main downtown square, it's literally 10 miles, so it's a 21-minute drive, which is great. And if you want to go downtown Naples, like Fifth Ave, you're 46 miles, so it's a 50-minute drive. So it's not the end-all if you want to go into downtown, downtown Naples. Just to kind of give you an idea on the location. Let's talk about housing pricing. So this is a direct list from our sales lady at Lennar. So if you got a Venice right now, which is 1,850 square foot, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, double car garage, it usually sits on a 50-foot wide lot. They're $406,000. That's all in. That's not in addition to a home site. That's 406 move-in ready, and this is ready in June. Trevi is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's basically a Venice with a bump out because it's the same layout, and that's at $414,000. So an additional $8,000, and you get yourself a 4th bedroom. The Marsala, which is probably one of my favorite models, it's priced at $555,000, so it's more of a cost bump up. And if you want to get into like a Manor, because these are like the executive series, a Manor is usually on a 60-foot plus lot. This is a Tivoli, and you're at $450,000. So Tivoli is 2260 square feet, so it's the smallest of the let's say the Manor series. And if we want to get into HOA and CDD, these are like we're getting this information directly from our salespeople at Lennar. So this is, let's see what this one is. This is the executive series, which is going to be Trevi, Venice, and Marsala. So you're looking at monthly $310 basically. You got $48 for the homeowner association. You got $35 for the club. This obviously is credited to you using the facility, and you're only going to start paying this once everything's up and running, clearly, like the restaurants and all. CDD is $110, the debt service, and then there's another CDD also $115. So that's the bulk of your expenses currently right now. So you're at $310 per month. Let's look at the Manor series. So you're at $355 all in with CDD. Remember, CDD is basically tacked on after, clearly, or it's tacked on to your taxes, so it's paid in arrears with your taxes. That's pretty much it. It's a little bit of a long video, but there's a lot of information here. If you have any questions regarding the community, give us a call if you want to get on a list of potential properties that are coming up. Remember, when these builders want to blow out prices or build out quick move-ins, this is where we get our best deal. So if you're not looking for anything in particular, let me know, because we will send you these quick move-in lists, and this is where the builders basically in a position that they want to sell this property prior to occupancy. They don't want to own houses, they want to sell houses, clearly. So ultimately, this is where we're kind of getting our biggest discounts on the purchases here in Southwest Florida. But you can always reach me out at 239-672-0616, and we'll be happy to have a chat with you. Have a great day.